HTTV in association with Absolute Warehouse Services. Tom, welcome back. You came back to PPG Canalside last Thursday. How's the first few days of pre-season gone for you?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think the heat's made it a little bit more challenging than it was last year. But no, it's been good. You know, you want to try and you always want to come back in good shape. You know, pretty much nowadays, a lot of players tend to do that anyway. So you always give yourself more of a chance of coming back into training, getting on the ball and getting on the grass a little bit easier than maybe previous. But no, it's great to be back. Good to see the lads. I see everyone around the place. Another year in the Premier League. We're all ready to go.
Obviously, from last year, you knew exactly what you were getting yourself in for when you came to a David Wagner pre-season. Has anything changed though this year? Has anything been done differently?
As of yet, no. I think you know, the boss sticks to his principles. He thinks about what he believes is going to get this team as fit as it can be. Of course, you have to do the hard work of running and so on, but it's also about the short, sharp fitness stuff that you need to do with the ball and without. I think a lot of pre-seasons now are very game related rather than the old school days of running up hills till you're choking up everything that's inside you. So no, I think it's been a good week or so, and looking forward to the weeks ahead, building up into a very important another season.
Describe to us what a David Wagner pre-season is like, because like you said, if a supporter's thinking about pre-season, all they think about really is running.
No, I think, like I said, back in the old days, you could probably expect that. I think in today's game, it's more ball related. Listen, you always put in the extra fitness and it's always tough. I think it's just very different to what it used to be. I think the boss likes to always implement with the ball, always implement some sort of tactics and how we want to play. He believes a lot in, working hard, but also having the right technique at the right times. There's times in games where you're going to get tired and going to be late on in games, but can you still have the right decision making, the right focus to play the right pass? So the boss is always trying to do different things, but it always implements with the ball and how it could be related to games.
You mentioned in the summer, obviously preparing for pre-season. How do the pre-season schedules, the coaching staff, fitness staff give you help with that?
Yeah, I think it's important that you do that. You have to give yourself every chance to come back and be ready to go. I think even though just over a month left of obviously the season, it's not a long time and it goes very quickly. And I think if you come back not in shape and not really up to it, then you're always playing catch up, and that's something that you don't want as a player. It's not what you want for your teammates, to have someone who's not on the right level. It sort of puts you behind him as far as the manager sees you. If you've not come back in the right shape and given yourself half a chance to join in with the group and be at the right level, then you're going to give yourself a tricky start. But I think more or less every player in the squad knows what it's about. They've been in the game long enough to know that you give yourself half a chance coming back in good shape, and then you just work on the few little tweaks that you need building up for the season.
Ready for the new season. Obviously you've changed your number to number 11. Talk us through why you decided to do that.
It's always been sort of my favourite number. It's always been something that I've wore leading up to before I came here. I originally wore it at Derby the first time I had a loan spell there. Unfortunately, when I returned on a permanent, I wasn't able to get it back, so I had to go with number 10. And then obviously last year when I came, obviously a lot of the numbers were taken, so the kit man just sort of gave me whatever one was available. A bit of a superstition thing, maybe a little bit, but I think a lot of players have certain numbers that they like to wear for whatever reason or other. So for me, 11's always been something that I've liked to have worn, and it's been a successful number for me in the past. So hopefully it builds on.
A few new players have obviously been brought to the group as well. How have they been settling in so far?
Yeah, great. I think so. It's always harder when you're a new lad trying to come into a group that's very tight knit as we are. But the manager expects that when the new boys do come in, that it only takes a few days for them to be part of the group as it is. So the lads have come in. I think the Janino Bakuna helps that. He's Dutch and he's got the two of his mates here already. That helps. Obviously Ben Haymu's come in, everyone knows about him anyway, experienced, So no, I think the new lads have come in and they've done well, and I think it's down to us players to make sure it continues that way.
What is that atmosphere like in the dressing room at the moment? Is there still the elation from last year, or is it more of a burning desire to get the new season underway? Yeah,
I think the elation from last year sort of died down a little bit. I think you have to. I think we have to look at ourselves and be proud of what we've done, but not necessarily underachieve ourselves. We've worked ever so hard last year to be here again, and now I think you're right. I think there's that really big burning desire to get going. There's no better start than to have Chelsea and Man City in your first two games, and that shows the rewards and the exciting times still to come from the hard work that happened last year.
And our first pre-season friendly is tomorrow against Bury. Does it help when you've got early pre-season games to get those minutes under your belt, to get the feel with the new teammates, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it's always important. Like I said, the weeks come by really quick, and I think you have to have that game mentality and that competitiveness still. And I think the fact that the boss encourages a lot of games in pre-season, I think it's fantastic. I think as much as you can train on the training ground and you can run and you can do the rest of it, there's nothing like match fitness. There's nothing like playing in games against your opponent opposite you. You have to try and get the better of them. So there's so many different aspects in friendlies that also can help you, not only against an opponent but as teammates, like you said, to gel together, to see how he plays. There's loads of little different things that can be worked on. So I think the more games we've got this pre-season will help everyone, sure.